Hey guys, Nikhil Victor here, co-founder of the Cash Kings, and today I'm going to be showing you a video about why stats are so important for match betting. Okay, it's one of the biggest things right now that's happening in the match betting world, and you need to know about it when you're getting into this stuff. So if you haven't already, definitely suggest going to our YouTube channel, The Cash King. All you have to do is search up The Cash Kings on the search bar, you'll come up to our channel, click on it, and we've got a bunch of videos here that you can watch that has a lot of value to it. But we're releasing a lot of videos consistently every week. And Evan made a video last week, earlier in the week, about guaranteeing profits using Betfair and giving a little bit more of an explanation of one of the more advanced methods, which was sports promotions. So definitely go give that a watch. I'm going to be this video today is kind of leading off what was spoken about there. You definitely don't need to watch it, but all the videos we put out provide a lot of value for you guys. So I'd be surprised if anyone wasn't taking advantage of that, because there's a lot of value we're giving out for free. So make sure you come up to this YouTube channel and take a look. So why stats are so important for match betting. All right, I'm going to get straight into it. There are basically two main points. The way I see it is there's two main points when it comes to why stats are so good and why they're so important in today's match betting. So the first reason is something you're probably getting sick of hearing about, but you know what? It is by far the most important thing to consider now, is sustainability. All right, match betting has such huge potential for long-term profits, bringing in a sustainable income, and it has done for so many people already. All right, if you're getting into this, you want to get everything. You want to get every single benefit from it. And the people that don't get the benefits are the ones that just go out there and are controlled by their emotions of, oh, I just want to get like these quick wins, and they just spam everything. They spam all the promotions, they spam bets, and guess what? Within 2 weeks, within a month, one of your accounts, two of your accounts are banned, just like that, because you're not being smart long term. And I know you hear this all the time on all our socials, on our Snapchats, on our Facebook page, on our group page. It is definitely the most important thing. And there's a reason why we always say it, all right? I'm not going to go into it too much. You've heard about it all by now. But back in the day, you didn't actually need to worry as much about sustainability, because you didn't have to worry about getting your accounts banned. And that's natural, right? It wasn't as popular back in the day. It was very easy to abuse these kind of things. At the same time, I think we're seeing some of the best promotions where we've ever gotten in this year as well. So, it's trade-offs, right? You get better promotions now, and you have to be a bit more smarter about the promotions, the bets that you're placing to ensure you don't get promo banned. So the whole point here is that the agencies don't want you to be making risk-free profits, right? They don't like match bettors, and they don't like losing money. So I'll give you an example. PointsBet, perfect example. PointsBet are a betting agency, one of the more popular ones. They put out some really good promotions as well. But if you abuse their promotions, they will ban you instantly. They don't take chances. They don't care if you're a match bettor. They don't care if you're a gambler. All right, if you're abusing their promotions, for instance, one of the really good promotions they have is an NRL promotion. I'll give you a look into this. This is our Promos Paradise subscription. One of the tools that's included shows you all the promotions available. So this is for AFL. PointsBet. If your team leads by 20 points, you win. All right. If you abuse this promotion, they'll ban your account. If you bet every single AFL game, if you bet 3/4 of AFL games in one weekend, all right, probably 7 games, 6 games. If you did 6 or 7 games every weekend for a while, your account would probably get banned. That's abusing promotions. You're taking advantage of their promotion to try and, in their words, they say you're not doing it in the spirit of punting, like the spirit of punting is just having a bit of fun, putting some money down. And I tell you what, we don't agree with it. It's corrupt as hell, but that's just the way it is. It's the way that's the world, the game we're playing right now. It's what we're all part of. When you're, big match bettor, that's just the game you're part of. You need to be able to take advantage of it as best you can. So you can't abuse promotions. And I know you guys already know this, so I'll try and get over this quickly. You need to start thinking that the profitability of a match betting career should be measured by how sustainable you are with your accounts long term. All right? Not just like what bets you're placing in the short term. You might get someone who's looking at you and you're comparing results, and they're saying, oh yeah, I'm making, $4,000 a month profit, and maybe you're only making $2,000 a month. But guess what? After that month, their profits start going down because they find that some of their accounts start getting banned and limited, and you stick to $2,000 a month, right? So over 3 months, over 4 months, let's say, you've made $2K each month. You've made $8K profit. And your friend who the first month was saying, oh yeah, look at me, I'm making, $4K in 1 month, then makes $2K the next month, then makes $1K the next month, and then makes like under, $800 on the 4th. All right. And it continues like that. And then suddenly they're like, oh, this isn't worth my time. Cool. I made a bit of money out of it. But guess what? You're sitting there making consistent stream of income. And when I say 2K a month, I'm basically just talking about, that's a pretty realistic number for just using sports promotions. One method that we teach in the elite system. You can make a lot more when you combine everything, the whole package, in a very sustainable manner. You can definitely make more than that. Most of our elites members honestly do. So just remember that the profitability of a match betting career should be measured by how sustainable you are with your accounts. Okay? Because we're thinking long term. Time is also a factor, not just which bets are paying off. But definitely the bets that you place are important as well. But this comes to my next point, profitability. If you're decreasing the amount of bets you're placing, yeah, so that by that I mean if PointsBet, if you're only placing 4 PointsBet bets a week on the NRL and AFL combined, as opposed to 15 bets, right? Because we know now that you can't be placing that many bets if you want to keep your accounts open. You've got to be more selective and reduce it. If you're only placing 4 bets, that's a really good number. That's really small, right? PointsBet will love you for that. They're not going to be hating you. They're not going to be feeling, oh, this guy's abusing promotions, etc. We'll leave their accounts open, right? So if you're only placing 4 bets, you need to make sure you're placing the right bets. You need to make sure you're placing the bets on the games that have the highest chance of paying off with this specific promotion. All right? You see where it comes in now? If your team leads by 20 points, you win. What do you need to go to do? You need to find out which teams have been leading by 20 points and then losing the game, because they're the bets that are going to be paying out. And that's exactly what we do through our Promos Paradise subscription. We've got another tool. It's called Calvin's Promos of the Day, where we put tips out. And you would have seen this. We share this sometimes to people, just a few bets that we place out that you guys can follow. We don't place nearly as many as we do for free, obviously. This is basically an exclusive subscription for our elites members, because we know that the elites that come on here have all the knowledge, they have all the teachings to really make the most out of this. So this is exactly why stats are so important. If you're decreasing the amount of bets you place, you need to make sure that you're being more effective with your selection of bets. You need to make sure that you're picking the games that are paying off. And as you can see, we've done a really good job of that. And it's simple, guys. It's stats. And it's something you may not have heard much about in elsewhere about match betting. People don't know, they don't talk too much about it. We're really at the forefront of this stuff. It's all about stats. It's all about sustainability. People, they only talk about profits and just like different methods. And of course we cover all that as well. But really, this is what will give you the edge as a match bettor long term. As you can see, we're not placing many bets. On a weekend, you think about how many games there are. I think there's 3 NRL games on a Saturday and 4 to 5 AFL games on a Saturday. We're not placing 8 bets a day. On a Saturday we probably place about 3, but we're picking the right ones. All right, let's go have a look at our history actually with picking out these NRL winners, because we've been really good with that. We've been absolutely nailing those matches, and even AFL to an extent. So and even when we place these things, like we also give, this is the best pick of the day, all that kind of stuff. And because sometimes you might have, like a 9 out of 10 promotion that we think, maybe it's Essendon versus Geelong. I'm just giving random games, yeah. And and we think that's like an 8 out of 10 pick, and then we might have another one that's also like a 7 out of 10 pick. We're not going to put up like a 6 out of 10 pick up. There's no point. We don't think it's going to pay off, then we won't put it up. And even if it pays off, guess what? Long term, you're winning. All right, so let's have a look here. So you got July 1st. I'm just going to pick out a few of these that are nice, that have done pretty well. Here you go. One game for the day. We picked one game for the day. I remember this one as well. This was basically all the stats were saying this was the game for the weekend, maybe even the season. I'll show you exactly why. So this was the game. August 5th it was. And we made $423 profit. So we looked at this game and we had a look at Panthers versus Raiders and all their history, like, you know, the history of all their games. And basically how it works is, you know, how many times, so the sports bet promotion, all right? If your team leads by 10 plus but lose, you get paid out. Okay? So that's what we want. We want to find teams that do that a lot. Panthers have done that a shit ton of times. A lot. So much, all right? Like Panthers and Raiders, they're notorious for doing this. Points bet, same thing. Sorry, different promotion. But if Raiders score 20 plus points but lose, you get paid out. All right? Raiders are like the leader in that this season so far. They have been the leader for this promotion. The amount of times that they've lost but scored 20, it's huge. All right? The amount of times Panthers have let their opposition score 20 but they win is big, right? So everything is pointing to this game. We're not just looking at the game and saying, oh yeah, this is a close game, the odds are close, we think it'll be competitive, we think this might happen, this might happen. No, it's not about thinking, it's about knowing. We bet on stats, we bet on facts, all right, to ensure that long term we're making money. And sure, guess what? Maybe every now and then you might miss out on a promotion. Maybe you didn't bet on that other game, that AFL game, that NRL game that paid off. But guess what? If you're following stats and you have reasons for this, overall, long term, you're going to win. Because if you get worried about missing every single game that could happen, then how else can you keep your account sustainable? The only way you can hit every single promotion that hits is by getting on every single game. But I'll tell you this, your percentage of hitting promotions goes up huge amounts when you become selective like this and you're looking at stats. All right? So this was like a huge game, one of the best games to do. One of the best games to do for the whole season. And we were talking about it the whole weekend leading up to it and saying like, look, this is the one that's going to pay off. And look at it, even though it's $2.80, like these teams that's a decent favorite, you'd say. But don't worry about that. We're looking at the stats and bang, this absolutely paid off. It was massive. It was a massive $423 of risk-free profit from a sports promotions bet, combining statistics to make sure we're hitting the right game, and while not like getting rid of our sustainability principles and stuff like that. We were very selective about this game. All right, July 22nd went a bit ham here. 3 games isn't too much if you consider how many games are on, but there you go, another one. And these payouts, they're not just random, guys. We're selecting. We're really selective about these ones and saying this is the one we think is going to pay off. All right. Here we go. Another one. Okay, these are the games we feel like are going to pay off. And we've become even more selective. We've become even more careful with what we're choosing lately. Now you come into August 2nd, another payout there. We've seen that. Actually, I'll go back to that now. August 2nd, a nice payout. August 3rd, didn't hit one. That's fine. We'll take. It doesn't matter. You're not going to hit everything. But look at that. Like, you know, some days you may not hit them, but you're losing $7. Over here, you're making 160, 158. So, it's 423. Like, 422. All right, here we go. So, August 5th would have been like a Sunday. Then we come up to the Friday, probably, or the Thursday. And we had a look at this game, and we would have liked it a lot. The Cowboys versus Broncos. Okay, same thing. Stats would have been looking really good for this game. You can tell already we put the points bet on the Broncos because that's basically telling myself. I look at this and I know exactly why we place these bets. If we put points bet on the Broncos, it means that Broncos have been scoring 20 plus points, but have been losing quite a few games during the season. Okay. If we put sports bet on Cowboys, okay, and they've got the lead by 10 plus, that means that basically they've already shown that this is exactly what they do. They've shown that they lead by 10 points and then they lose the game, and it happens. So easy money, guys. Like absolutely easy money. When you look at the stats, they don't lie. I tell you that now. All of our elites members, I say this all the time, all right? The stats don't lie, because we'll put a game on and then the thing will pay out and we'll get huge profits and we'll miss 7 games, but we'll pick the one for the day that pays out. And that's exactly what everyone always says. You know, the stats don't lie. So stats is really about profitability, guys. And hopefully I gave you a good example about like the sports promotions, how we incorporate it. I haven't showed you the spreadsheets that we have. That's, you know, we're not going to show that to the public. That's for the elites members. But that's basically it. It's all about stats now, because promotions, you need to be picking the games, the specific games that pay off. And we've been doing it well. Even today, let's have a look at this week, all right? We've been pretty good with this week. Very selective about the games we pick. So August the 23rd. So it's 26 today. So the NRL game, West Tigers versus Sea Eagles, I really liked this pick when I saw it. We put it up. Guess what? Easy money. Let's have a look. All right, so this game, I remember when I was looking at it, every morning go up, look at the stats, see like which teams have been the best for the payouts. The Sea Eagles, if you go and look, type in NRL on Google and have a look at the history, Sea Eagles have been paying out real great. So we decided to go on the Sea Eagles this game. They scored 20 points but lost. That's the points bet promotion, where points bet $245 payout if Sea Eagles scored 20 plus but lose. All right, and their stats were it was great for this game. So we hit it, and guess what? The stats don't lie. We got paid out. It was great. Perfect. And it just happens, guys. You know, when you do the right things just follow. There's no way that doing stats is the wrong thing to do, right? It's the correct thing to do. It's what you should be doing. The only people that don't do it are the ones who are lazy. We haven't put up the numbers yet, but we got a nice payout from this game as well. Basically every single day we've gotten some really nice payouts. We got a huge payout from this Rabbitohs, Raiders versus Rabbitohs game. A team, basically, Rabbitohs led by 12 plus. We got that huge Bet365 payout. We haven't gone out and done the results, put the results on here yet, but really great stuff. Like, these promotions just hitting, and they hit. When you look at the stats, they hit, all right? And here we go. We got Melbourne GWS today. You know what? I think this game is live. It might have just finished. All right, it's still live. Halftime. Looking all right. One team, Melbourne's leading by 14 points. About. So if they score one more, they can get up to 20. And we might be able to see a payout there. So it's all about stats, guys. You got to pick those games, and it's not easy. Like, stats takes time and commitment to go and look into, but it's what we focus on here as well. It's just another aspect of the elite system in general, guys. We focus on so many things. This is what we mean when we deal with the big package, like the big picture, right? You know, we really focus on sustainability to increase your accounts, longevity of your accounts. But you also need to focus on the stats, because you can be sustainable, but then maybe you're not hitting bets. Maybe you're sustainable in the sense that, yeah, you're putting your mug bets on, you're doing a ton of stuff that, let's say you're part of the elite system and you're doing everything, all right? And the elite system, there is so much that we put in about sustainability. If you looked at Evan's video last week, you would have seen, like, through the modules. You just go through the modules, and we have huge amounts on sustainability early on as well, because like we said, it's building the foundations for a successful match betting career. All right, something that people don't teach you. So focus on sustainability, sure. But if you want to make the most money, you got to increase the effectiveness of your bets. And that's by focusing on stats. The only way to do that is to look at stats, look at previous results, look at which promotions are paying off, right? And I'm talking specifically for sports promotions. There's so much more. There is so much more that you can be, that you use stats for. And we use it for so much more in the elite system as well. I'm just giving an example talking about sports promotions, because it's probably the one you guys are most familiar with outside of the elite system. All right. So the elite system is huge, guys. We focus on so much, and stats are included. We focus on stats. That's what we've really been ramping up in recent times. Looking at stats, which games are paying off, and it is paying off for all of our members. Like, people are absolutely killing it. We're hitting bets, and we're missing out on all the ones that don't hit. Like, it's absolutely insane. When you just look at the stats don't lie. I want you to remember that. All right, the stats don't lie, because we say that a lot now in the elites chat. All right. Look at this. Just open this up. Boom. Sports bet payout. There you go. There you go, guys. You be selective, you hit them. All right? So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it valuable. I know it's definitely valuable if you take it seriously. Sustainability, you guys are not going to hear us stop talking about that kind of stuff, but hopefully you've learned a bit about stats and why stats are so important. Because now that all the agencies are becoming so much more strict, you've got to be more effective with the bets that you place. And the only way to be effective is by basing it on stats. Sure, you can base it on feeling, but guess what? Feelings are not consistent. All right? Feelings are not consistent. You've got to be, basing your decisions on hard evidence, on hard facts, and that's what we do at the elite system as well. And you'll find that, your accounts become so much more sustainable, and yet your profits maybe even increase because you're hitting the ones that are paying out. So definitely start thinking about it, and I hope now you understand why there is so much more involved in match betting. Go ahead and go make 4 or 5K max and then get all your accounts banned in a month, or do it the proper way. Do it the way that someone else who's already got 8 years of combined experience, top level match betting, doing it as basically a career, making hundreds and thousands of dollars of profit, has made a system. All right, we've made a system for this stuff, and it works. It works for all our members. Not once have we had any sort of complaint from the 350 plus members that have signed up. Not once have we had a complaint about what we have in our system. So make sure you have a look at it. Make sure I hope you understand the importance of sustainability and the importance of stats. Okay, because if you're not looking at stats, that means you're going to be tempted to just place all the bets. You're going to be tempted because you're not going to be hitting all the bets, right? You're going to be like, oh man, I'm not hitting this, I want to make more money, so I'm going to place more bets. That's not the correct solution, because then that destroys your sustainability. The correct mindset would be, I'm not hitting bets, I need to go and be more selective and be more precise, be more purposeful with the bets I'm placing, based off stats. Okay, go look at the stats and be like, all right, I shouldn't be placing. I don't know why I placed it on this game. This game was never going to pay off. I should be placing it on this game instead. And then maybe you start making some more money while keeping your account sustainable. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm sure you found it very valuable. This is some really good information. So really take it seriously, take it to heart, and I'll see you next time.